All right, so welcome to Bronze Basics, where I'll be watching a code of every single hero in Bronze. And the first one you're gonna see today is Sigma. If you do have a Bronze code, we're looking for a code on each hero. Hope you all enjoy, let me know what you think. And yes, the plan is to eventually do this with every rank. We're starting off here watching a Bronze 3 Sigma on PC, and they say it was a very close match, as you can probably tell from the length. I started playing Overwatch this season for the first time after not having played PvP shooters for a long time. The last one I had hours on was TF2, so that could be a very long time ago. Still learning some mechanics for the first time, and my map sense is pretty rudimentary, but I always try to play the objective and create space if my team has the objective covered. I feel like my decision making and positioning could use some work, as well as generally better at hitting the rocks, both big and small, but I'm really enjoying Sigma's gameplay. Climbing out of Bronze at 6% per win is agonizingly slow, but I'm happy to take pointers on what I could do to improve my odds. All right, chat, let's take a look here. Let's see what this Bronze 3 Sigma can work on, and we'll go from there. Here we go. All right, so technically dropping down here isn't the worst, by the way, for anybody wondering. This is an all-in strat, by the way, just so you know. But like, this is fine, because you can play the corner. This is like cover, and most people aren't gonna take these angles in a Bronze game. It's not a bad spot, as long as you play on this side of the wall, the one you're on, right to the left. That's your cover spot. To your right, see how you're taking damage. You gotta be careful there. Honestly, not bad so far. Use your E. As predicted, the Widow got rolled. I hope that Widow takes pop shots the whole time. Yeah, I mean, you're understanding mechanics pretty, or your stuff pretty well. Apart from shooting the floor. Yeah, I mean, shooting the floor happens. I hit the floor sometimes. Plus, it can bounce up. And like, you know what I mean? So sometimes you can shoot the floor to bounce up the shots. It's actually not a bad strategy if like you can't get a good shot off. You can ult now. So like, I had to let that voice line go through. I'm glad you ulted here, and I wanted to show people why. Once you see a javelin used there, basically this is a good ult spot. Great ult. Honestly, you're kind of dominating thus far. But sometimes in Bronze games, like they'll start off like extremely well, but once you have to start to do other stuff except just fight people directly in front of you, things can start to shift like aggressively. Here we go. Okay, Ramattra, you have to play a little bit different now. That rock definitely existed. I have no idea what that Pharah ultimate just was. Now I'm kind of curious. What was that Pharah ultimate? I see a C for the like, just the curiosity. I respect it, okay? That Widow has been there on the map. You gotta respect it, all right? That Widow moved, okay? You know? Yeah, someone's gotta do it, all right? But I can still respect the effort, okay? Let's talk about this, by the way. You're here for too long, just so you know. When you're playing against a Ramattra, the way that you have to play this is different, right? When you were playing against the Orisa, you have the ability to kind of like shift away from the cooldowns. Like a javelin spin is going to basically push you back anyway. In this situation, you already need to be backed up as soon as you can because they have their ultimates coming here. So you just can't sit here and try to hold this anymore. You've already done a good job of holding that. But once they started to like run this comp on you, you're going to want to slowly back up, right? Like, you know, start going to here. Eventually you can back up. You can retake the high grounds by going through these doorways, etc. Even, you know, it's Bronze, so you may not take high ground. But anyway, you're probably going to get rolled because of this because you're playing so close up to them so that they can get into you and like just destroy you as like a, you know, maybe you get away. I think, yeah. There you go, okay. I can't believe you got that far away from that whole play. But they did get you eventually. Now I want to see how the Sigma deals with it, right? When everything was perfect, aim was looking solid. Cooldown usage outside of eat was looking good. Let's see how it happens now when you're in retake mode. Uh-huh, yep. And now you start to see the difference. When you went in there, you just spun in circles. Put your shield up and you just settle for a second. Take time to scan the field. See where they're at. See how different that gameplay was when it's not just people running it down mid from spawn doors? So that's something to kind of look at. You do have solid aim for being in bronze, by the way. There's one thing you don't have, like, I think that will get you out of bronze is your aim is going to be good enough for that, right? Rocks, remember, a little bit more of a slower projectile, so you have to kind of compensate for that, so just remember to do that too. Okay, good perk selection. I like your perk selection so far. The float one, shield, can't go wrong with that. There is a stairwell. You can just take the stairs. It's like literally right there. The stairs. When you win a team fight, you can just take the stairs. There's just stairs, right? You could literally, here you go. You can go right here, sit here, and then float away this way. Ready? Here, up, around, you're here now. Easy. And then you can float away this way. Your rocks are a bit rough because you're kind of just hitting the button and not moving your, like, I don't know how to explain it. You gotta learn the projectile a little bit better on the rock. Do you know what I mean? It's almost, you definitely waste your rock cooldown. Something else I'm starting to pick up on, you're extremely hesitant on your eat. The way it works with your Sigma eat, any damage you absorb gives you overshield. Yes, you have to worry about certain ultimates, but like when you're in the middle of kind of like a neutral team fight, don't be afraid to do one rotation just to give yourself some overshield. A little bit of an easy tip here, if you ever want to like farm a little bit of early shield, one thing you can do is put your shield up and then just use your eat in front of your shield. I guarantee you'll get some overshield because players are going to shoot shields a lot of the time. So once you put your shield up, you can then use your eat, absorb most of the damage, back away, drop your shield. Now you have sometimes an extra, like, what, 100 HP, 150 HP, whatever the number is, and then you can work with that. It has a very slow decay on, like, your overhealth, which would be the green thing that pops up. It's not something I would do as, like, a part of a full rotation, but in certain situations, you can get away with, like, getting a little bit of extra overshield. All right, there's your... how that hit the Farah, I do not know. Nice. Oh, wow. Nice shot. One thing I will say, I think your aim alone will eventually get you out of bronze. I'm not even joking. But I want you to develop good habits, and there's definitely a lot of things you need to work on. But your aim has been fairly solid for bronze. Most of your missed shots come from like when you have those panic moments where you don't know your target. I just want you to also think about this. Don't get too caught up in like spinning in circles and just like spamming randomly on that. Just take a second. Your shield is like a safety net. Put it down and just like look around and scan for an extra second. You can ult this if you want. This will escape the Ramatra too. And Moira use Fade. Okay. So what do we learn here? Use the ultimate when you have the opportunity right away. Don't be indecisive. That was a very indecisive play. You had the right idea, you had the wrong timing. So what I would have done is the moment that I got my ultimate, I would have ulted into the air to begin with. What that allows me to do is escape out and then go for a play. So let me tell you, I'm gonna show you when I would personally ult here, all right? Right now. Now, you're going to say, why would you ult right now? The Moira just used Fade. So right now, I'm seeing an opportunity of hitting this button, and I know if I stay here, I'm going to go down. If what I would do is I would ult up, I would go this way. You could get the people down there. They're going to be lifted up in front of you. You can be right here. If you get a kill, then you can stay up here. You can stay up here if they don't go for you. If they do go for you or that's, your HP is too low, you can then go up here, float over the top, and now you're safe. A very simple escape, a very easy play. Looking at the timings here, if you had ulted when I said, this never would have happened with the Vortex because you would have been in front right here. You would have already been out. Instead, you get Vortexed, great Vortex by the Ramatra. For anybody wondering, Vortex brings you down to the ground if you're in the air. And now look at the spot you're in. Now you waste your ultimate, you fall over, and this is where I think your decision-making will be what causes you to get stuck at times. And we need to fix this part, all right? All right? Yeah, at this point, you're just getting snowballed. There's nothing you can really do there except maybe swap heroes to just, like, go back to the point. That was the snowball effect. Now, do you see how you making that quick decision not necessarily lost you the game, but that quick decision you didn't make and that indecisiveness got you killed, and then the rest was, like, just a snowball the rest of the way. I'm going to talk about this for a second. I'm going to give this advice, and I want everybody to understand something. You're going to watch my stream, and you're going to see me do this all the time, but I still have to give this advice. Don't spam your jump key. It's really easy to track you. Now, you're going to watch my stream and see me jump all the time. Trust me, I've tried breaking the habit of that. Maybe one day I will, but I'd rather give you that advice than not. I saw you jump a lot. It's just easy to track that, and as you climb, players will take advantage of that more. All right? Again, your aim is actually probably your strongest play right now. Jumping's fine in certain scenarios, but when you spam it, it's such an easily trackable like thing. I mean, watch me play Tracer, I spam jump and I just get headshot all the time, you know? Like, love your decision making here, chat. So the Ramatra's kind of forced out, not given pressure. So this was a great play by you, by the way. Choosing to spam the doorway, excellent decision. That was awesome. Good play. Yep. Yep, I'll look at the shield pulling sooner a little bit more. Good call on that. Great choice. Excellent. Nice job. Love this aggressive play. Good proactiveness. I want you to, okay, so this is a moment where you should have your shield up a little bit sooner. I know that you got the kill, but I want you to think about like any damage you minimize early right now is going to be key. This Ramada's going to be able to push at you anyway, so kind of waiting to use your shield a little bit. Again, it's a small moment. Like, here's my take with shield though. If you don't know how to use it, one thing's for sure. Do not use it like Reinhardt. Your shield doesn't have the same HP, and your shield is more like a Zarya bubble. So if you ever play Zarya, you're not just gonna use 2 of your bubbles right away over and over again and do that. So what I try to do is like, I try to time my Sigma shield to prevent burst damage, not necessarily poke damage, right? Outliers to this, I get an off angle and I'm sitting up here. I'm just going to put a shield up and be annoying, right? I'm going to let my shield be out early. It will probably get destroyed, but I'm going to use this and kind of spam in, right? Blocking heals, you're right. Like, let's say there's an Ana setup right here. Their tank is right here, and you're right here. You can put your shield here, and yes, you would block the line of sight. So another good suggestion right there. There's a lot you can do with the shield, but like, I think a lot of people, when they play Sigma, they try to use the shield like you would like a Reinhardt, and I just think that's not the way to do it. It's more like using it as a way to cut off heals, cut off damage, you know, prevent burst damage. Burst damage would be like damage that does like 700 damage at once, not like one singular, you know, spam from a Ramatra bullet, right? Things like that. Watching. Rocks need work too. One, your rocks are getting aimed a little bit too high. I've noticed that with most of them, so something to keep in mind. Like right here, so like this right here. This is where I would probably put my shield up. Bunch of burst damage. You have a Zenyatta, a Ramatra holding left click, and a Pharah holding down main. Your teammates need the help here. They need this burst damage to be reduced, so that way you can keep the snowball going. But I would use a shield here because that would help your teammates. Like, you using cover here is correct, and you win the team fight, but you see where that team fight could easily go the other way? But your lack of, I think right now, shield, eat, anything. Like right there. Okay, here's a tip. Ready? Easy kills. I get kills all the time this way. Pharah ult, I launch my shield at the Pharah. Either A, the Pharah just destroys the shield and that's it. B, if you put the shield right in front of the Pharah, it will count as damage to the Pharah, and the Pharah will sometimes get herself and nobody else. You can use your shield to kill the Pharah. At the very least, you can use your shield to prevent damage on your teammates. You have to think about your teammates in these situations. You're doing a good job of self-sufficiency. I talk about that all the time, right? But you need to think about your teammates in these situations too. When you go to silver and you go to gold, you're gonna get punished more for these type of plays if you don't have the correct utility ready to go. You had an eat here for yourself and you had a shield. Your shield will help the teammates, and if they break the shield, you can use the eat for yourself. It's a win-win for you, and it's a win-win for your team. Enabling your teammates is going to make you pop off too. It's why I love the tank role. If I can help my teammates pop off, it's going to make them look good. It's going to make me look good. It's a win-win for everybody. You can rock the bob here. That will just rock the bob. That 1 second of time might be the make or break between your Kiriko staying alive or you doing it. Now, personally, I wouldn't even rock the bob here. I would eat the bob. But because you're not using that utility yet, I'm trying to get you in the habit of multiple things here. Use your shield on the bob. Use your eat. If you're in the middle of like an intense team fight and you can't just sit there and make a quick play, just rock the bob. Yeah, you gotta work on those cooldowns. Yep, rock though. Nice job. Shield behind you. Shield behind you. Shield behind you. Shield. 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 Man, you were taking so much extra damage you should not be taking. Shield. Shield. Ramatra can't go through. Your team should already have this point. The lack of you using your abilities is actually hurting you. Your aim is fine, but if you go to even silver with this like cooldown usage, it's gonna be tough. So I really want you to understand, you have more than just 2 abilities, okay? Like you can use these, like right here, use eat. This is like, right here in this corner is a perfect time to get a bunch of overshield. You can use eat, right? And then you can play the corner, and then you're good to go, and you can put shield back up again. I just want to point this out. And now you're using shield. That's good to see. Now you would rock the Ramattra in front of you. Rock him during block. Yep, rock. Nice job. Easy. What? Truthfully, why aren't you doing that the whole time? Now put your shield up towards... Okay, next thing I would do. You have a 650 HP shield. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'm throwing a shield right here. Why? This is going to isolate the Ashe into a 1v1. Teammates should be able to kill the Ashe, no problem. The Zenyatta won't be able to do damage to you, and then your teammates can follow up on the Zen safely. Zen does high damage, not 650 HP. That's what you should do. Let's see what your decision making is. You don't put the shield up, you end up getting the kills anyway, right? It works out, but you see why that might not work out all the time? So you need to get into a better habit of these abilities. You're getting away with these type of plays, but it's not. That's where the 50-50 comes into play, right? Okay, Ramattra, remember we talked about it earlier. You cannot play too far up here. Let's see what happens. Shield, 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 shield. You have teammates. The lack of shield is getting your teammates killed. You have to use this shield more. Drop your shield, drop your shield, drop your shield, drop your shield, put it in a better spot. Drop your shield, put it in a better spot. There you go. Okay, now wait. Back away, back away. You can't eat. This is what I mean. Your decision making, your cooldown usage is what's kind of holding you back right now. Ramattra can punch through your eat. So you're not even using your eat, but Ramattra will be good against you. You gotta create distance between all the tanks that are melee, right? Any tank that can be in front of you, you want to play distance. You need to back up, you need to rotate. You can't take them head on, right? We'll see. Even if you have the punch burn. Yeah, I might as well die in card at this point. Okay, now you're getting into overtime spawns. For anybody new to Overwatch, I don't understand how it works. Once overtime hits, your spawns are longer. The blue team has a huge time bank, but there's a little bit of an advantage to the team if they win the team fights with no time. You force overtime spawns, which minimizes how many team fights you have per point. Sometimes you need an extra one with the better time bank, so something to keep note of. I'll 100% ult that. Play to live. Nice job. Good play. You were gonna win that team fight. So good ult. I think that was perfectly fine. That was a good job. And yes, we did see his shield. Chat, I'm gonna teach you something here. You're playing against a Ramattra. You have 3 on the low ground, and you have an isolated Ashe up here. Why sit here? Just go up here. Go up here. Guess what? You and your Widow are now flanking an Ashe, and then you're right here. Look at this. Look at this angle. They're either forced to back up, or you just win the team fight. You have an absolute opportunity here just to rotate around and just dominate this comp. Let's see if you take that opportunity, or if you just sit here in front. Okay, you didn't do that, but it worked out. Oh man, the shield usage needs to be so much better. Just shield, the shield. There you go. You don't even need to. You don't need to throw your shield at the Ashe. Like if you actually do that, technically the Ashe can step in front of it if they want. You just need to keep it in front of you. You got Brock. There you go. Yes. Now you can just pressure the Ramattra. Now they're one shot. There you go. Now use your eat. You're going to be so much better at Sigma once you start using your eat and your shield. I don't think you realize. You're going to be so much better at this hero, just like you're going to level up because of it. So that's why I'm being very adamant about some of the things you're not doing here. Let's look at the stats. I mean, look at the stats here. You're 48 and 8, and look how much you haven't used your cooldowns. I just want you to think about that going forward. Yep. I don't mind the solo ult in the Zen. Follow-up needs to be a little bit better, but I'll be honest with you, I've missed some follow-up like that too, so I won't get too harsh on that one. It happens. Punch the Ramattra. Next time you see him, just punch him. Or rock them, that's fine. If you use your eat right there, you would have won that, but you won the game either way. Your aim is fine. A couple of things aim-wise that I do want you to try to improve on. You get a little bit panicky on your aim when you try to follow up on something, whether that's a rock or like your ultimate. Just got to kind of like practice that a little bit. Maybe go into the training range and just like try to like, you know, follow up on some like the bots in the air. That is one thing to kind of like work on if you want to. But listen, if you want to really improve this and you want to get much better, you have to start utilizing your cooldowns. The amount of times you didn't use shield, the amount of times you didn't go for angles, go upstairs, flank behind, the amount of times you didn't like react, and it also goes to your positioning. You need to react to like what they're playing. If they have a Ramattra, you need to be backing up before the Ramattra even has a chance to punch you in the face. Unless of course there's like you're gonna get nanoed and it's all about a part of a debate stuff. So until you can like get better at cooldown management, you're gonna have games where you're gonna struggle. It's not just you in the game too. There's so many times you left your teammates out to dry where if you put even a shield up for a second, they get more kills, they have more survivability plays. There's just so much more that you can do as a player in that situation that like once you fix that, you're gonna be fine. So again, remember, work on your cooldown usage with pretty much everything. Work on your follow-up on like whenever you hit a rock or whenever you ult somebody in the air, and remember to position yourself accordingly based off of the hero you're facing. Melee heroes is the #1 counter for Sigma. If you see any hero capable of melee, you back away. Only other hero I would say you need to worry about is Charge and Mauga. So when he charges, back away and then regain the space. Your space control is your damage and your survivability. Work on that, you'll be fine. Great aim for bronze. The rest needs a ton of work. You fix that, I think you'll climb. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't, leave a comment. All of that helps. If you want to submit your own game, of course, we're still doing spectatings. We're also looking for bronze codes. My Discord's where to do that. And if you want to watch more of our spectatings from previous, like probably bronze games, etc., this video down here in the bottom. I think it's on the left or right or something. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a good one. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.